Hello, everyone. It is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. Today is March 11th, 2019. I'm going to be talking about yesterday, March 10th, 2019. Give me one moment to get the description set up with all the tags and everything and get the live chat up. Also, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you pop into that live chat. Tell me how you're doing today, if you have any questions for your boy, and if you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And if you're just now tuning in, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Truly appreciate it. Give me one moment. Like I said, I have to get the live chat up and start editing that description. I actually don't have a lot to talk about today. What I've been doing, I did this yesterday and I did today, is instead of going like really hard into detail about everything that I did, I just kind of mention the things I did, and then if there's anything that I want to go into additional detail about, or if you guys have questions about, I can just do that like after I've gone over everything during the day. So yeah. Okay, so now I have the live chat up. So let me get that description set up with the tags and everything. And remember, this show is just as much your show as it is mine. So feel free to interrupt at any time with any questions, or if you just want to talk about your day, or you want to bring up a topic that you want us to talk about during the stream, just feel free. Hit us up with anything you got. I also have a few questions for you guys that I'll ask as like people jump in, because I'm interested in like if you could see me collab with like any other YouTuber that you're like really into, who would you want to see me collab with? I feel like that's just an interesting question in general. And I'm also curious about like other types of content that you'd be interested in seeing on the channel. So definitely jump in the live chat with your thoughts on that. Bum 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 bum. See, still editing that description box. Like I said, feel free to jump in the live chat whenever. If you guys just want to talk about your day, ask any questions, or bring up any discussion topics you like to talk about. Yo, Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button, Kels. Kels, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Yo, Kels, thank you for smashing that like button. Let's see. I'm still editing the description. I do have a few questions for you, Kels, other than the three that I just immediately threw at you. One question would be, if I could collab with any YouTuber, who would you want me to collab with? And the next question is, what are some ideas for like new content that you want to see on the channel? Like based off of the kind of stuff that you've already seen me do, what is something you think would be like really cool if on the channel we started doing, X, Y, or Z idea? Let's see. So I'm almost done editing that description. I'm about to throw some tags on it, whoop, whoop, as well as throw in some links. Also, if anyone wants to help out the channel, we do now have like a donate button where you guys in the chat can like donate money, which is pretty interesting. Your boy Colin said, "Hey Jet, did Matt tell you D&D this week is canceled?" Oh, okay, I did not know that, but that works out. Well, I was about to say that works out well, but I thought you were talking about the Gerard campaign. So Dad told me straight up, like, don't make plans on Friday, because I have my driving test Friday afternoon. But he's like, don't make any plans on Friday at all. So I don't know what Dad necessarily wants to do. So Colin's like, Thursday night specifically. So Matt's campaign this week is canceled. Is Matt like working on a project or studying for a test? Regardless, I understand if D&D's canceled this week. Your boy Ryan said the Indie Mine card are on DB. Okay, Ryan's been really hyped about that. They have like spell counters and stuff. So Ryan's excited for that. Yo, Colin, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Colin said, I think that's what it is. Okay, that's understandable. So that's an open question to everybody on the stream. So Kels, Colin, Ryan, and mysterious additional watcher. Don't forget to smash that like button. But also, how's your day? Do you have any questions? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about? Kels said, my day's pretty okay. Did you see the Diavolo clip that I linked in that fan poll? I still need to watch that clip. Or maybe I did watch that. I'm not sure. Send it again. And he said, I want to talk about the death battle, not the one with our powers, but with the characters we've chosen. Oh, so where we like name characters and then we talk about who would win in a fight. Okay, cool. I'm down with that. Colin said it's been a good day. I ordered a new Dragon Ball figure a few minutes ago. Android 21 got a new figure. Oh, ballin'. Is it based directly on like the style of how Android 21 is in Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or is it like a different artistic interpretation of Android 21 as like a figure. Also, is it closer to a figure or is it closer to like a statue? Your boy Ryan said my dad came in and gave me 5 U.S. saving bonds from 1997. Interesting. Not what I would have expected to hear. How much are they worth? If you don't mind me asking, Ryan. Let's see. Ryan, not Ryan. Colin said, yeah, Bram Pesto action pose. And he said, statue, not posable. Oh, okay. Understandable. And then, what was I thinking about? Oh, Kells and the death battle thing. I'm not sure if I've seen the Diavolo clip or not. I feel like I might have, but I don't know. And then in terms of the death battle, I probably will stick with Ulthum, which is Red Tornado's air elemental that's inside of his android body. Red Tornado is my favorite comic book character, and I just feel like I know the most about him. So it's just easier for me to discuss Red Tornado versus like another character. If not Red Tornado, then maybe Ben 10. But I'll be honest, I feel like I know more about Red Tornado than I know about Ben 10. Because it's just easier to consume all of Red Tornado than it is to consume and retain all of the information about Ben 10. Let's see. So I'm pretty sure I have the tags and description all set up. I just need to click Save Changes. Booyah. Okay, now I'm going to scroll over, go to Advanced Settings. It's already in the right category. And hey, looks like we have just about everything set up. Let's see. Your boy Kel said, I'll just link the Diavolo clip in the chat. Nice. Hopefully that works. And then Colin said, I didn't know Red Tornado was your fave. I thought it would have been Ben 10 or Blue Beetle. I love Blue Beetle's design. I think Blue Beetle has one of the best like superhero costumes, no doubt. When it comes to Ben 10, I do know like a good amount of Ben 10. I bought some Ben 10 figures recently, like Ben 10 action figures like from the store. I still am like a huge Ben 10 fan. But when it comes to comic books, I feel like it's hard for me to say that like a comic book character is my favorite or that I have a solid enough understanding about like a comic book character unless I can say that I've read like all their runs, like in comics. So for Marvel, I've read like every run of the Century they've ever done. And then for DC, I've read like every run of like Red Tornado. Because once you like a character enough to literally read all the books that are like this is their book and they're like the title character and you feel like you truly understand that character and their ins and outs, I feel like that's when I'm like, oh, I can like start picking favorites. I feel similarly about video games a lot of times. Like if I haven't beaten a video game, it's hard for me to be like, this is my favorite game. You know what I mean? Because it's like, have you really like seen enough of it to have like a large enough opinion on it? Is that kind of thing. Um, oh, Kel's posted the link. I'm gonna check that out. Ryan said, who would win in a fight, Red Tornado or Blue Beetle? Probably Red Tornado if Red Tornado has access to Ulthum's abilities, because Ulthum is just really powerful. So, not to say that Blue Beetle isn't really strong, but Ulthum creates illusions that aren't illusions. So, when he creates an illusion of the Flash, it has all of Flash's powers and abilities, and it is just as powerful as the actual Flash. So, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, if Ulthum can straight up just be like, I make whatever I want, and then I have it like go dick Blue Beetle. You know what? Here's the go-to. Ulthum just creates the Justice League, like as an illusion, and then Blue Beetle has to fight the Justice League, and then Ulthum has proven that if he gets each member of the Justice League to hit an opponent with just the right amount of energy, it like sends the opponent into the like antimatter dimension and they just fucking die. I know that sounds stupid, but that's like Ulthum's like ultimate move. So unless Blue Beetle has some defense against antimatter that I'm not aware of, I think he gets dicked. Let's see. Colin said Venom's my favorite comic character, but you probably knew that. You have mentioned your love of Venom like on a number of occasions, so I do understand that. That makes sense. And then Nani said, who would win, Nick or Winslow? Death battle. And then Ryan said, Jet, he's ripped. Oh crap. Colin said, Jet, he's ripped. Ryan said, Nick would win. So you heard it here first from Colin and from Ryan that I would defeat Aidan. I don't have to say anything. I will leave it at that. Let's see. Oh, you sent me the Diavolo clip. I'm going to put on some headphones so I don't get copyright strikes. I'm gonna watch that Diavolo clip you sent. It's always weird to put on headphones right after getting out the shower because my hair's just like still wet. I dry it with a towel, but it's just a lot of hair, so I don't think it always completely dries. Boom, 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 boom. I'm also gonna pop out the live chat. That way it can be like a window on its own. Here we go. Nani, who do you think would win? Nani asked like the initial question, so I am curious to see what his thoughts would be. Ryan said, Jet, what do you think about the potential of these glass batteries? Glass batteries? Tell me more. I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. Also, I just saw the link. Where did the link go? I like popped out the chat and then, oh, it changed to top chat instead of live chat. Live chat shows all the messages. Hey, here we go. So first I'm gonna check out the Kells link, then I'm gonna check out those glass batteries. Ah, crap, it has subtitles? How am I supposed to read the live chat when I gotta read subtitles? Let's see. Also, I'll open that digital trends link as well, so I'll be able to learn more about these glass batteries. Let's see. Colin said, is glass even conductive enough? I really don't know. I'd have to look at the article that Ryan sent to understand what he means when he says glass batteries. Kel said glass batteries sounds like a metal band. It does sound like a band name. It's a very odd adjective for batteries. Also, I've missed. I've seen your movements in the future, the trajectory of your movements in the future. Within Emperor Crimson's ability, this world's time disappears, and no one remembers the movements they made within this segment of time. The clouds in the sky don't realize they've broken apart. A flame that extinguished doesn't even realize the moment it went out. All that remains in this world are the results. In the world where time has been eliminated, all movement becomes pointless. I am the only one who can react to these movements. I can see every single one of your movements. This is Emperor Crimson's ability. So you just kind of appeared behind him and just dick the shit out of him. It kind of reminds me of Hit's time skip. Colin said, all right, I'm going to bed now. I needed to tell you about Thursday. I knew I could find you here. That makes sense, Colin. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. I hope you have a wonderful night. Let's see. Oh, so, Kells, who are you going to offer in the death battle? Is it this guy? The guy with the King Crimson stand or whatever? Because I'm curious if his, like, time skip style ability could defeat Ulthum? Out of curiosity. Because if Ulthum makes the Justice League, I keep saying makes the Justice League because I feel like it's probably one of Ulthum's best things he's ever done. Is just create the Justice. I mean, he's created an entire illusion of the Earth. So I don't know. An entire. I wonder if you could put your guy on an illusion Earth and he thinks he's fighting the real fight, but he's actually just on like another planet fighting an illusion of Ulthum. That'd be fucking crazy. Ulthum could probably make an illusion of King Crimson. Well, hold on. Ulthum wouldn't be able to see him. He's not a stand user. He wouldn't have the awareness to understand what was going on. Understand. Let's see. Kel said the reason the subs say Emperor Crimson instead of King Crimson is because of copyright. And he said, yeah, I'm using Diavolo and his stand King Crimson. Okay, so I'm about to teach you about something interesting. It's called respect threads. Respect threads are really good. So essentially, there are people on Reddit who are like, I really like this character, and I'm gonna say every like cool feat they've ever had, and just set them up. So I'm going to type in respect thread, Diavolo, or however you say it. It's name Diavolo. Bump out. Okay, respect thread, reservations, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna have to look on Reddit and find Diavolo's name. I also still need to check out that batteries thing. 94-year-old lithium ion battery inventor unveils new ultra efficient glass battery. I feel like it's not too long of an article, but I also feel like I'm not super interested. Could you give me like the TLR, like the long story short version of that article that you sent, Ryan? That way I can better understand the glass battery and just have more input on it. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Dio Volo. I don't know how to spell it. You have it right there. Dio Volo. I typed it in the respect threads and nothing came up. But he's like a JoJo character. It just would be really surprising for it to not come up. Respect Dio Brando, respect Heaven Ascension Dio, respect Weather Report JoJo, respect Phantom Blood, respect Dio. There are a whole bunch of fucking respect threads for like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Ryan said they are working on a low cost, all solid state battery that is safer and more efficient than existing lithium ion technology. So, what exactly about these glass batteries, Ryan, did you want me to comment on? Like, are you talking, do you want me to talk about how I feel like this battery could affect, like, the future? Like, how technology works and how this efficiency could help lead to greater technological developments? Like, is this like a futurism question? Where it's like, based on these new batteries, maybe we could have these new advancements kind of thing? Are you trying to ask me what's the efficacy of these batteries? Like, will they work as well as they claim they will? Because I feel like that'd be a better Aiden question, the second one. I don't know a lot about like chemistry and how batteries work as much as maybe like Aiden would, who studies like circuits and electricity. Ryan said the new battery uses a sodium or lithium coated glass electrolyte that has triple the storage capacity of a lithium ion battery. It does sound more efficient. But at the same time, I feel like this question would probably be better used for Aiden, because I'm not sure. Kel said maybe you just misspelled Diovolo. So Diovolo. And then it's like, sorry, there are no posts for, and then it just doesn't show anything. What I'll do to try and make this work, I'm gonna go to just the Reddit site for respect threads, and then I'll send you the link to respect threads, and then I'd like you to search Dio, because I imagine he must have one. I couldn't see him not having one. So here's the respect thread Reddit. Could you find Dio's and then send that back to me? Nani said, so basically, Nick becomes Ultra Instinct Nick. The hard dodges. The King Crimson's ability really reminded me of Hit's time skip, which also kind of reminds me of like how Ultra Instinct is. Just not as good, I guess. Let's see. Ryan said, "Good enough believes this battery technology could be the breakthrough that brings the electric car into the mainstream. Cost, safety, energy density, rates of charge and discharge, and cycle life." He's going into a lot of detail on the batteries. Ryan said, "Cycle life are critical for battery-driven cars to be more widely adopted. We believe our discovery solves many of the problems that are inherent in today's batteries. The same battery technology could also be used to store energy in both solar and wind power systems." Ryan, what I would like to ask you is what is your interest in this battery technology, and what do you feel like are some advancements that will come out of these glass batteries? Because I feel like I don't really know what you're asking about. Like, I don't know what you want me to comment on because I have no idea where your interest lies. Like, what do you find interesting about it? I feel like that's one issue I have whenever I talk to Ryan and he brings up like a random topic. It's hard for me to tell what does Ryan actually like about the topic. So I'd like to hear like your thoughts on it and how you feel about it. Uh, Nani's just kind of memeing in the live chat. Let's see. Ryan said one of the problems with trying to convert cleaner energy is battery storage. So if we can have better batteries, that would go a long way. Ryan, what is your interest in glass batteries? And then let's go from there. I want to know like what about that is interesting to you, and I'd rather talk about that like your root interest than just the article in general, if that makes sense. Also, I haven't even started going over my day like at all. And it'll be really quick. I have a quick list of things where I didn't go into a lot of detail, but I can go into more detail if you guys want about any particular thing on the list. Also, feel free to bring up any questions or discussion topics you'd like to talk about. Yo, Kirby, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How are you doing, Curbs? Kel said, try Googling Diavolo and have Google correct it. So have it like fix how it's supposed to be spelled. Diavolo. And it's like, did you mean Diavolo? Did you mean. It's like, how am I supposed to know which one of these is right? Okay. Diavolo. So Diavolo, 1L, respect thread. Okay, here we go. It's DIA Volo. So there's a Reddit respect thread for Diavolo that'll help us understand like the feats and achievements that have been done by your boy, and it helps with doing like death battle style fights. Also, Kirby, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy, and do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Let's see. So Nani said you don't know how to drive. So the last time I took my driving test, Dad told me there's nothing wrong with going too slow, and you can't get in trouble for going too slow. I believe what I ended up making on that driving test was like an 87 or something like that. Like I did rather well. And then the driving instructor is like, yeah, you did great, but I just felt like you drove too slow. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you can get in trouble for driving too slow. It's just not safe. So even though you made like a passing grade under like my discretion, I just feel like it wouldn't be right to give you your license. And then I just didn't get a license. So I know how to do all this stuff on the test. I just feel like if Dad didn't psych me out and go like, you should go slow, you should go, he like really pushed it. I feel like if Dad didn't push going slow, I would already have my driver's license. So this coming Friday, I'm going in for my driver's test, and it should be a cakewalk. I'm that. It should be a cakewalk. I've already essentially done the test before. I just did it driving slowly. This time, I'll just go the speed limit, which was the original plan in the first place, and it'll be fine. Let's see. Ryan said he is not licensed. Then Nani said, you cheeks. And he said, so you drive like a grandma. And then Ryan said, stop blaming your dad. I wouldn't. What other reason would I have to go slow for like no reason? Because I don't understand it. Because dad will act like, well, when I was saying go slow, like he always like makes excuses like post game, but he made like a really big deal about it like on the way to the DMV. And I feel like dad was just worried because maybe he thought that because he wouldn't be in the car that I would like fuck up and like get hurt or something. But he made it like a really big deal to just like go slow. He's like, there's nothing wrong with going slow. Um, and it was just a big issue. And then Nani said blames dad for grandma driving. But I should be getting my license this Friday. The driving test is really easy. So I feel like it shouldn't be like any trouble at all. Let's see. So before I went to sleep last night, I began working on a world building project based on the collection of action figures that I have in my dorm. So I've designed like this world made up of like three different kingdoms, and each of the kingdoms has like its own race that lives in that kingdom. That's like the dominant race. And I've come up with all these like fictional races and how they work and like their different powers. And I'm slowly working on like a world building book that I should be finished with sometime this next week and have it like published. Right now it's under the working title of Changeling, but I'll probably change that title soon. But I'm really enjoying my progress on it so far, and I hope to share more with you guys on that project in the future. Last night's stream. Last night's stream, I went on a crazy open world adventure and an odd combination of the world of the old Math Blaster game, which is like a weird adventure game where you solve math problems, combined with Kamen Rider. I had an interestingly heartfelt bonding moment with my mom and brother in that dream, but it was really odd. I just remember seeing like the Math Blaster design for like the world and like the characters, but then like Kamen Rider stuff also existing side by side with it. It was just like a weird mashup dream. So when I woke up, I went driving with my dad for about an hour and 40 minutes or so. It was supposed to be just an hour, but we went for almost like 2 hours to just get some driving practice. It's been a minute since I've been like behind the wheel, and I didn't have any problems, and I didn't expect to have any problems. But I feel like dad is just like really worried because I haven't driven in a long time. So he's like, we gotta make sure that you like got it and knock the rust off. So that when you go in Friday, you, like knock it out of the park, which I understand. Um, I just didn't want to spend like all day driving because Dad originally was like, we'll only do it for an hour, and then by the time I asked Dad like, what time is it? We had already been going for like an hour and 40 minutes, and I was like, oh well, I just kind of want to like go back to the dorm. And he's like, what? Why can't we do it for 2 hours? I was like, because that just wasn't the plan. It was just kind of weird. Kel said, gasp! Jet's father planned this from the beginning. Then Kirby said, I think I'll stream Galaxy Photon this time. Oh, ballin'. Looks like Kirby Ultra Star is about to start up a Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream. Nani said, what if Nick becomes a NASCAR driver? That wouldn't really be my field of interest. I'm all about that programming. Let's see. So after I went driving with my dad, I talked to my mom for a bit on the phone. Mom just wanted to check in on like my grades and how progress was going with like getting a job, because of course a big thing is I have to get a job with the government sometime before summer break. Well, not summer break. I'm not like in high school. Before I graduate this semester. Because if I don't, my scholarship becomes a loan and I have to pay all my scholarship money back, which would suck. Which would suck. But with that being said, I feel like once I get my driver's license and a car, I'll be able to reapproach SMAP about possibly working for SMAP in a cybersecurity position, a permanent cybersecurity position, starting this summer after I graduate. If I can get everything together for that SMAP gig, then I may not have to move, and I may be able to still hang out with my friends and stay in the area and not have to pay back the scholarship and still be working in the field that I want. So hopefully everything works out. Let's see. So after that, Aiden and I hung out and we talked about writing. Aiden is currently trying to work on his ability to write stories and write books. Aiden has this thing where he'll have a bunch of ideas and he won't know how to put them on like a page. And then he'll have like specific things that he wants to do with his writing, but he doesn't know how to like actually do it. So I've been trying to like work Aiden through like getting his creative juices going and learning how to like conclude a story. Because sometimes he'll write something down and then just give up on it. And I'm like, well, at the point of which you would give up on it, write an ending. Like, please actually just like put a conclusion on your story. And that's what me and Aiden have been working on. But right now, Aiden's working on like a cosmic horror story, which seems like it could potentially be really interesting depending on like what he does with it. So I think that'll be cool. And he also is still working on an old story idea that he's had for like ever, but he's just struggling with where to start. It's like all in his head, and he like hasn't written stuff down, and he really just needs to start writing stuff down on it. Um, but I'm really excited for Aiden's writing projects to see where it goes. We didn't really talk about like my world building thing. I worked on it while we hung out, but we made sure to focus on like Aiden's thing because I think he does really need to get into the swing of just regularly writing things, and whenever he would just stop fucking with it, ending it, like putting a conclusion, so that he can at least have a complete story rather than a whole bunch of like unfinished stories. Let's see. Kel said, to answer my question on who you would collab with, well, I don't know. Because your content is really varied due to your vote system. That's true. Open question to everyone currently watching the stream. If you could see me collab with one tube, I almost said one tuber. If you could see me collab with one YouTuber, who would it be and why? And please answer with someone who I haven't collabed with before. So any like YouTuber that you watch like normally, and you're like, yo, it'd be really cool if like Jet worked with this YouTuber on like a project, or like they did a stream together, or they did like a podcast. Like who would you want to see like on the stream, or who would you want to see me like partner with for like a video? Because I do think that'd be really interesting. And like I said, that's an open question to everybody. I finally saw the Brightburn trailer today, which seems to be a crazy evil Superboy movie. Based on the trailer, It's about like a farm where an alien ship crash lands and there's a baby in it and it gets adopted by like the two farmers and they raise it and it grows up and it has superpowers. So pretty much the story of Superman, right? But then he just starts going fucking crazy and killing people. Brightburn. So I'm actually really excited to see what my mom thinks about that because mom really likes horror films. I'm not the biggest horror guy, but it's kind of like the beginning of Man of Steel when like Clark is still like a little kid, but he like snaps, dun 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 dun, and like that's the concept. So I think Brightburn seems interesting. I had heard about it before from my friend Dozer. He was texting me about it, but I still like never found the time to like watch it. Then I heard about it again on a podcast where someone was like, "If I could make any graphic novel a movie, I would make Brightburn." And then someone looked it up and they're like, Brightburn's already getting a movie. And then finally, I ended up watching the trailer because it was a commercial in front of a YouTube video I was already watching. And I was like, oh, this is like kind of sick. I'm curious to see what they'll do with it. What I think is interesting is that Brightburn seems to straight up be um, like a Superman what if story, but it's not, as far as I'm aware, a DC comic. I'm pretty sure Brightburn's made by like another company. So I think the weird part is if I could figure out Brightburn upcoming horror film, da 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 da. I want to know about the original graphic novel. How do I find that? How do I find out more information? Unless I'm confusing Brightburn with something else, I could have sworn it was based on a graphic novel. Kirby said, me. Oh, wait. In terms of the collab thing. Then Kel said, by the way, can I show you 5 cards for my geometrics archetype? The 5 cards don't really show what the gimmick is, but I just want to know your opinion on them. Sure. Have you uploaded them to the Amino? Nani said, Nick, be cool. It's just a meme. What's the just a meme thing? I'm so lost. I could have sworn Brightburn was a thing. Wait, so is Brightburn not a graphic novel? I could have sworn it was based on a graphic novel. I guess it wasn't. The fuck? Then what did I think I saw on that podcast? Maybe in the podcast they just referred to Brightburn? It's really weird when you think you know something and you're just like, no. Here we go. Brightburn on comic book dot well, could just be talking about the movie. It is just talking about the movie. Fuck. I guess I'm just wrong. I guess Brightburn wasn't a comic ever? That sounds so odd. Okay, yeah, I was just mistaken. But it is just straight up a Superman ripoff thing then, right? It's just straight up like we're gonna tell the Superman story, but it's a horror film. So I guess that's interesting. How do you get away with that? Like, how do you more or less just do Superman but a horror film and not get in trouble with like DC? Let's see, Nani said what? An evil Superman or son? So it's pretty much like evil Superman, but as a kid, and they just change the names of everybody. And instead of it being like a superhero movie, they make it like a horror film. I'm just really surprised that DC Comics is cool with that because it just seems like they straight up just use the Superman origin, but they make it a horror film. But as far as I can tell, it's not like a DC movie. It's not like an official Superman thing. Ryan says it's legally distinct. I suppose. Just seems odd. Kel said they're not on the Amino, the cards that he's made. He said, but can you search them real quick on Dueling Book? That just seems like so much more work. What are they called again? Said geometrics. Also, we never did the Diavolo thing. I still have like the Diavolo tab up for us to do that. Kirby said maybe it's not being passed off as a Superman or DC thing. It's not. But I think that's the part that makes it weird. Because it essentially just is that, right? Um, so I guess what's the line for DC, right? What if someone did, like, I'm going to do Superman's origin story, but it's a romantic comedy? And then they do, like, It's pretty much the exact same thing. They change all the names, but instead of a superhero story, whoa, is he or is he not gonna go out with this reporter? Would DC be like, oh, that's he's not a superhero, so it's fine? You know what I mean? Like, if I can just change the genre and a few names around, why aren't people doing that shit all the time? It seems like not only is it like the ship goes down and he's adopted by farmers and he grows up and he has powers, but his powers are like about the same. It's like flight, super strength, super speed, and laser vision are what we know he has so far from like the trailer. And it's like, well, that just sounds like all the stuff Superman has. I think there's even a scene where he's flying around and he has like a red cape on or whatever, and it's like, that just kind of looks like he's doing a Superman thing. And he has a logo. You know how kids used to draw those weird looking stylized S's on bathroom stalls? He has like his own version of that he draws everywhere. And it's like, oh, that's like his Superman symbol. It's like, it's just so close to being the same thing where I'm like, I don't know, like, where do you draw the line where you're like, it's just legally different? You know what I mean? Let's see. And then Ryan said legally distinct, you can. And then Nani said, I see, so he's a zombie. And then Ryan said, if it is legally distinct. I guess my question is, what makes that legally distinct? Because, like I said, with the romantic comedy thing fly, where you just tell the story of Superman, but he never becomes a superhero and it's a romantic comedy. But it's actually just like the same story beats. It's just once you get to the point where he would have become Superman, you go, whoa, nope. I'm looking for love. Like, it seems weird. I just don't know how to feel about it. Because I feel like Brightburn very easily could have just been like a DC movie, and they'd be like, "What if Superman turned bad?" And it'd be like an Elseworlds DC film. Like they could have just done that themselves, and they wouldn't have to change much about the movie at all. They would just change the character names and be like, "Yeah, that's it." Also, the ads on Dueling Book are looking aggressive. So give me one moment. They're like blocking the little thing that I click to say get Adobe Flash Player. It's because it was in a smaller window. I just like enlarged it, and it was easier to click. Kel said we're running low on time, so let's do the Diavolo death battle later. So you want to hold the death battle off to then look at the cards? Also, we're not that low on time. We have like 43 minutes. Nope, I'm just bad at math. We have 33 minutes. Nope. You would have less than that. 23 minutes? Hey, just about. We have about 23 minutes. So you want to do the Diavolo death battle later? Keep up with that respect thread link. That is just important. Okay, so I'm going in the deck constructor. Because you want to know my opinion on those cards. Also, a few more things because I've been hyping up that Brightburn trailer so much that I haven't like gone into detail on like the rest of the things that I've done today and that I've been like interested in today. So I gotta scroll down to get to that. Zoom, zoom, beep beep. Okay, so I listened to some Beam Struggle, and it's a very interesting podcast. If you guys have never heard the podcast called Beam Struggle, I recommend that you listen to the latest episode. I haven't finished it, but in that episode, uh, two guys roast each other really hard, but one guy just starts failing so bad that he just starts roasting himself. Um, One dude tells a story about a guy who sucked somebody's dick for a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's actually like a really interesting story. The reaction of all the people on the podcast is interesting because a Dragon Ball YouTuber I really like is like in that group of podcasters, and he almost seems like he starts defending the guy who like sucked a dick for a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's interesting to hear him try to defend it. He's like, "You don't understand. That card's worth so much money," and it's like, "What?" Because it makes it sound like he'd be willing, and it was weird. But the Beam Struggle podcast, you can find it on YouTube. I think the latest episode is like a couple hours long. It seems pretty bomb. Kel said, "Oh, I thought we had less time." No, we have a significant amount of time right now. I still need to search your cards, but real quick, I have one last thing to say, and then I'll jump into searching the cards and everything. I accidentally double booked tomorrow with like two different hangouts. I was supposed to hang out with Taylor tomorrow, and I was supposed to play another session of my friend Eric's RPG, a session that I'll be streaming, by the way. That's right, we got an RPG stream coming up on a Monday. What? Monday, what? So that should be really fun. It's going to be part two of a campaign that you guys never saw. We've only done one session, so this is the second session, and we're going to have a new player join our group, so that's going to be fun as fuck. So I think that's going to be really exciting. So definitely stay tuned because we are going to have that RPG stream tomorrow. But that is if my friend Taylor's down. Because I told my friend Eric, yo, I'm sorry, I accidentally double booked tomorrow. Is it okay if I merge the hangouts together and we do the RPG hangout? And my friend Taylor joins us and he plays the RPG with us. And Eric was like, sure. I asked Taylor about it and I haven't heard back from him. Maybe he's asleep, maybe he's busy, maybe he was at work, I don't know. But I guess I'll know soon enough whether or not Eric's down for us to all get together and like play that RPG. Let's see. Kirby said, I mean, if it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Lotus, he would make a lot of money over that. I don't care how much money a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card's worth. I'm not willing to suck a dick for it. You can quote me on that. Not willing to suck dick for Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. Jet Black 2019. Let's see. Kirby retracted that. He was like, yoinks. Ryan said, Black Lotus is not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. Kel said, question to everyone. Would you put a privileged Pepe in your mouth for a bit for a super rare and expensive Yu-Gi-Oh card? No. No, I would not. Kirby said it was a magic card, excuse me. Then Nani said Nickabenson. All orange. And then Kirby said, fuck no. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I don't know of anything really that's worth it. Nani said Black Ludicrous is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And then Kirby once again said fuck no. Let's see. Geometrics. Let me search. I have to set it to all custom cards. Gosh, it's so small. I have like the search bar so far away from my. I'm gonna have to move this to the bigger screen. Or just make this window bigger. That is also an option. It has to like reload itself. Hey, the geometrics seem interesting. Like design wise. I like that they're like shapes. Let's see. Ryan said a Black Lotus was sold for 160,000. I wouldn't suck dick for 160,000. Kirby said Pokemon has cards at that level too. That's what Rhyme Style started saying in that Beam Struggle podcast. He's like the amount of money that would have sold for at the time. It's like how like the Charizard cards are like really good or whatever, like those old school Charizards. I'm still like, no, that's not worth sucking a dick over. And apparently, the way that people learned about it, the fact that somebody sucked a dick for a Yu-Gi-Oh card, is these two guys started arguing in a classroom, and apparently one of the dudes was like, "Man, you sucked my dick for a Yu-Gi-Oh card." Like he used it against the guy. The guy who got his dick sucked used it against the other dude publicly, and apparently that dude like changed schools after that, which sounds crazy. That sounds like such a weird story. Imagine if you never saw one of your friends again after they were like publicly announced to have sucked dick for a Yu-Gi-Oh card. They just vanished. I think that would be really weird. Let's see. Kel said, better question. Would you put a privileged pee-pee in your mouth for 3 wishes? So, are you saying that someone pisses in your mouth for 3 wishes? Or that, like, you suck dick for 3 wishes? Because I feel like they're just easier way to get wishes. You know what I mean? If I feel like you could probably get those 3 wishes without ever having to suck dick. I just feel like it's possible. Kirby said, "I'm just talking about values here." He's like, "I'm just talking. I'm just speaking numbers." Kel said, "My favorite geometrics art I made was Arrow. It's really cute to me. So oh, it's not Arrow. It's Airwow. Arrowow. Arrowow. So Arrowow. Once per turn, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard to a zone a geometric link monster points to. You can tribute this card. Treat the zone this card was in as if there's a link monster pointing to it. You can only special summon geometric monsters to that zone. Interesting. So it lets you link summon by tributing. Yeah, that's actually pretty much what it is. Once per turn, you special summon this card from your hand or graveyard to the zone a geometric link monster points to. Oh shit. So you can do stuff like I play Geometric Arrow Wow. I tribute Geometric Arrow Wow. I special summon a Geometrix Link monster. I then special summon from my graveyard the Geometric Arrow Wow that I originally used. I summon it to a zone that the Link monster points to. I then use Geometric Arrow Wow and I use the Link monster that I summoned as materials for like a Link 2. Or you could use it and be like, I use Arrow Wow's effect again, right? Because his tribute effect I don't think is once per turn. Yeah, his tribute effect isn't once per turn. So you can use it twice every turn, can you not? You can like play Geometric Arrow Wow, tribute, special summon Link monster, bring back, tribute, special summon Link monster, but then you can't use it more than twice. So you can get at least two Link monsters on the field that are geometrics, and then you can use those two Link monsters to potentially do plays and go further. So that seems interesting. Kirby said, I hope that card was the normal monster Blackluster Soldier because that shit is priceless. Word? How much is it worth? Kel said, no, it doesn't summon a Link monster. It treats the zone as if there's a Link monster pointed to it. So it changes the zone. You contribute this card, treat the zone this card was in as if there's a Link monster pointing to it. Oh, I see. I misunderstood it. So you wait, so does it just give you two free zones then? So can I summon Geometric Arrow Wow, tribute it? That is now considered like an extra monster zone essentially. Then bring it back from the graveyard at the same turn, but I can only do it once per turn. Tribute it again. Now I have two. So it just gives you like three free extra. Like the reason why three is because you already start with one. So you start your turn with one, but by the end of your turn from one card, you have three extra monster zones. That just sounds really gross. Well, I mean, really good, but good is in like a kind of broken way. So you can get three of them things. Wait a minute. You can only bring it back if you have a geometric link monster that's pointing to a zone. So you still would have to link summon one to then bring it back. I see. It's not as bad. It doesn't just give you. I mean, it does. It does straight up give you a zone, but you can't just summon it back without doing anything else. It's not a one card for two zones. You still would have to summon a Geometrix Link monster and then summon it to a zone that it's pointing at to then use its effect again. So I see. I was messing up. Kel said basically, yeah, but you can only summon Geometrix to that zone. True. So it only would ever give you Geometrix Link monsters that you could summon there anyways. So I understand what you mean. I had to read that card like four times before I understood what it did. But that's my fault. Because it's English. I just feel like my brain was just like not getting it. But that's one of five cards that you've made. So let's check out Geometric Cubion. Once per turn, you can special summon this card from your hand to the field if you control a face-up Cyburst type monster. If this card is used as link material, you can set one Geometric Cyber spell or trap card to the field. Okay. So it allows you to, from your hand? What's the, wait. What makes him interesting again? I didn't understand his last effect. Once per turn, you can special summon this card from your hand to the field if you control a face-up Cyberse type monster. So let's say you had a face up arrow wow. Then you can then throw down geometric Cubion for free. Then you can link summon using those two. And then if this card is used as link material, you can set one geometric cyber spell or trap card to the field from your hand. Can't you already do that? Like, I guess my question is, what makes that special? Why can't I set spell or traps from my hand already? Because if it's during your turn, right? Then why should that matter? Unless you're using them as link material during your opponent's turn, right? That just seemed odd to me. Kirby said, "All right, see you, boys." He said, "Galaxy Photon is going to have some fun." Okay, thank you for tuning in, Kirby, and I hope you have a wonderful Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream. Ballin'. Let's see, Geometrics Pyramidio. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Cyberse type monster to the field. You can only use this effect of Geometric Pyramido once per turn. It seems like it's kind of spammy. You can play an Arrow Wow, which will then allow you to play a Cubion directly from your hand. But that's not how you do the combo. You'd want to start with Pyramidio. So you play Geometrix Pyramidio, and then once you normal summoned it, you then can summon Arrow Wow Wow from your hand as a special summon. And then Cubion is like, you already control a face-up Cyberse type monster, so then you can play a Cubion to the field. So it's an easy link 3. It's like one card lets you play 2 other cards, and then link 3 into something, and you keep going. So that's interesting. I like its effect. Kel said, I forgot to type that it sets from the deck. Oh, setting from the deck is a lot better than what I originally thought. That's cool. I dig that. Let's see, Geometric Sphere. I like the little, like, wink. I think I closed both my eyes. That it's doing. Let's see. When this card is special summoned, you can add one Geometric Cyber card from the deck to your hand. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Quick effect, quickie. Once per turn, if an effect is activated that would destroy or negate the effects of a Geometrics card you control, you can banish this card from the graveyard, negate that effect, and if you do, target one spell or trap card on either side of the field and destroy it. So you can just blow up a spell or trap card and negate a destruction or negate effect that targets a geometric monster. It has a lot of text on it. But when this card is special summoned, so it's a search. Okay, I see. So it searches geometric cyber. What is that? Is that like the field play spell card? Like, how exactly does that work? Because it's not a generic searcher. It doesn't just search geometric card. It searches geometric cyber specifically. And the negation effect is worded really weird. Once per turn, if effect is activated that would destroy or negate the effects of a geometric card. I think what you meant was once per turn, if an effect is activated that would destroy a geometric card or negate the effects of a geometric card you control, you can banish this card from the graveyard, negate that effect, and if you do, target one spell or trap card on either side of the field and destroy it. I feel like that's what you meant to say originally. Dragon Ball Superfan 1010 says, Subjet, yo, Dragon Ball Superfan, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now, I'm looking at your boy Kels's custom archetype, Geometrics, on Dueling Book. Dragon Ball Superfan 1010, I have a few more questions for you. My next question would be, for one, have you liked the video yet? Have you smashed that like button? Two, if I could collab with any YouTuber that you watch, what YouTuber would you want me to collab with? And three, what is like a new type of video that you'd want me to start putting on the channel? Like, based on the kind of content I already do, what is like some fresh new content where you're like, it'd be really cool if Jet did this that you would like to see on future videos? Sorry to throw so many questions at you. I'm just curious. Kel said, I haven't made a Geometric Cyber yet. Oh, okay. It's a card that you have in mind, but you haven't like gotten there yet. Ryan said, has your father finished watching Young Justice? Apparently, he just now finished season 1. He thought that he was almost done with season 2, and he's like, what? This was just the first season? So Dad's still pretty behind, not gonna lie, on Young Justice. But I think he's also watching Doom Patrol right now. Apparently, The old Shazam live action series is on the DC Universe streaming service. Hell yeah. I still need to finish Adventures of Superboy, but afterwards, I'm gonna check out that old school Shazam show. Let's see. Geometric uh, Trapezoidon. Trapezoidon. Once per turn, when this card is special summoned from the hand, deck, or graveyard by the effect of a Cyberse type monster, you can special summon a Cyberse type monster from your hand in defense position, but their effects are negated. Let's see. You can banish this card from the graveyard, special summon a monster from your graveyard to a zone a Geometrix monster points to. So once per turn, when this card is special summoned from the hand, deck, or graveyard. Okay, so now let's see if we can use them all together. I think I wouldn't use Spear in a combo, but if you played, who do you play first? You play Pyramidio, and when it's normal summoned, you can special summon an additional monster. So when it's normal summoned, you probably want to special summon Trapezoidon with its effect, and then when it's special summoned, you can special summon a Cyberse monster from your hand in defense position with its effects negated. So then you summon Geometric Arrow Wow Wow, or you special summon Geometric Spear. Either one. And then after that, you can special summon Geometric Cubion using its once per turn effect because you already control a face-up Geometrix monster. So now you have enough materials to do like a Link 4 monster with like a one turn play. But you have to have at least 4 Geometrix cards with different names in your hand to satisfy that effect to get like all of those off at once. Dragon Ball Superfan 1010 said, I want you to collab with Corey X Kenshin and maybe play Red Dead Redemption 2. Interesting. I currently don't have Red Dead Redemption 2. Why Corey X Kenshin in particular? Because I've personally never heard of that particular YouTuber before, but it seems like an interesting idea. I can hit him up with a Google. Also, Kels, I have about 3 minutes left in the stream, but if I didn't, it would be a good time to hit up the Diavolo thing. Let me look up the guy that you just mentioned. I'll create a new tab to look up the guy you just mentioned. Corey X Kenshin. Also, has anyone here seen the Captain Marvel movie? Because I have not. I have still yet to see that new movie, but I've heard mixed to bad things about it. Kel said, do you want me to explain what the gimmick is supposed to be for Geometrix? It sounds like the gimmick... At first I thought Arrow Wow Wow was where the gimmick was coming from. And the idea is that you start turning normal monster zones into extra monster zones so that you can go into your links and like swarm the board with extra deck monsters. But I'm not sure. So Kels, yeah, feel free to go into detail. What exactly is the gimmick that you're thinking about for Geometrix? Because I thought more of the cards were going to do what Arrow Wow did, and I was surprised when I realized that Arrow Wow's effect was unique. I thought that was going to be the gimmick, that all of them were going to have something along the lines of make a normal monster zone into an extra monster zone. Let's see. So Corey, I guess it's Corey Cross Kenshin. It doesn't necessarily have to be Corey X Kenshin. I'm watching like his highlights 14 video that he has. Oh, he does VR stuff. It also seems like he does horror games. And he gets really hype and he gets really loud. And he also has hella muscles. He stood up after getting hype and I guess he plays games shirtless. He like roided out hard, like with his like he flexed. Um, Dragon Ball Superfan 1010 said the reason I would want you to with Corey Cross Kenshin is because I think it would be fun just watching you two just playing a video game. I think it'd be interesting. I'm curious what video game we would both play, like a video game that we play together. Red Dead Redemption 2, I think, was an interesting request. Oh, wait, your boy has Jump Force? Why not Jump Force? I have that. I would just need to get online. But I could get online like temporarily by doing that 2 week free trial. So I could do like the 2 week free trial thing. He can try and catch these hands with some Jump Force. That'd be cool. It's like a collab. Face off against each other in Jump Force. Maybe talk to each other via like the mic. I thought I was wearing my gaming headset for a minute. I had to come back to reality. Uh, I'd be down. Hit him up with like a Jump Force challenge. Apparently, he did Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku versus Yugi. Who was he? Because Yugi's really good. So I'm curious if he's a Yugi player or if he was playing Goku in that fight. Also, I wonder if the games against him would be as hype as the games against Taylor, because Taylor's really good at Jump Force. We have incredibly close games. Kel said the gimmick for Geometrics monsters, his custom archetype, is to summon link monsters to point to each other in a way to make specific shapes. Oh, shapes. Make specific shapes. So, you've told me about this before. So, I should have realized when it was Geometrics monsters and they all had shape names that mattered. But I didn't put two and two together. He said, in the geometric cyber cards are spells and traps that do stuff based on the shape. That's pretty cool. Kel said, based on the shapes the link monsters make. Interesting. Can the spells somehow be incorporated into the shapes? Like, can the link monsters point at the spells and then the spells be like, I'm a part of the shape as a part of my effect? Because I think that would be interesting. Mm. Let's see. Oh shit. We've passed the hour mark on the stream, so I will have to wrap up. While I don't have class tomorrow, I do want to wake up relatively early. I still don't know at what time Taylor's going to come by to hang out, but don't worry, I'm definitely going to have more content coming at you. Right after the stream, I'm going to set up the fan poll for tomorrow. So definitely stay tuned because I'm going to get that fan poll stream up where you guys can vote in the comment section below for what you would like to watch me do next on the channel. I'd like to thank you all for watching real quick. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody on stream. Shout out to your boy Kels. Shout out to your boy Dragon Ball Superfan 1010. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Kerr Baby. Shout out to Nani. Uh, Shout out to Kindlento, aka your boy Colin. Boom, 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 boom. And I believe that is everybody who tuned into the stream. If I happen to somehow miss your name or somehow like forgot to mention your name, I apologize. Thank you to everyone who tuned into tonight's stream and everyone who has subscribed to the channel. By the way, if you haven't already smashed that subscribe button, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video to show your support. Truly appreciate it. If you want to support the channel in other ways, we also have links to Patreon in the description where you can like give money monthly. We have a link to our Zazzle store where if you guys want to buy any merchandise, we have like t-shirts and things of that nature, not necessarily directly related to the channel, but like with weird images of honey and sharks on them because the store is called Honey Shark. We got a link to like my Amazon books, so I have published paperback and ebooks on Amazon that you guys can check out. And I also have my Fiverr link in the description if you guys want me to write a superhero story for you or write a rap for like $5 or whatever. I could hit you up. But yo, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. Like I said, we got the fan poll stream coming up right after this one. So right after I finish this stream, we'll be sending up the fan poll where you guys can vote for what you guys would like to watch next on the channel. So definitely make sure to keep watching. Thank you all once again. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and smash that like button. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jump Black One and Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Let's see. Kel said no. The spell and traps aren't a part of the shapes. Okay, good to know. And then Kel said, BYW, bye. I hope we can do the death battle soon. That would be fun, most deaf. Dragon Ball Superfan 1010 says, see you. Catch you later, Dragon Ball Superfan. 90 cent